Hi, I'm Deborah Stengel, founder of Sedona Soul Adventures, an international best-selling author of The Journey to Happy, coming to you again from incredibly beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and I'm so happy you're here with me. So if you've been with me for a while, you probably know that for 20 years I was a divorce attorney in Omaha, Nebraska. I've been working with couples since 1979, and I can tell you that one of the most destructive things that can happen to a relationship is infidelity. I'm sure that sounds pretty obvious, but you know, in our world today, I feel like I don't hear very many people saying what I'm saying to you, which is stop, don't have that affair. I've seen it over and over again in my law practice and over again here at the retreats we do at Sedona Soul Adventures. Once that trust is broken, it changes everything. So if this is something that is happening in your life, or if it's something that you're even thinking about, I'm really saying to you, please stop. Think about it. Think about all the repercussions. Think about what are you willing to lose? Because you really need to know that once an affair happens, nothing will ever be the same again. Are you willing to risk your entire life for this? Because that's what's going to happen. You're risking your marriage. You're risking your children. You're risking your peace of mind. You're even risking your financial well-being because divorce and its aftermath are so expensive. But the biggest thing you're risking is the trust that you have with your partner. And once that trust is broken, believe me, it's so difficult to put it back together again. We had a couple here just a few weeks ago, and the wife had had an affair 10 years ago. 10 years ago. She had been faithful before then. She was faithful for 10 years after that. They'd been married for over 20 years. But they simply could not get past this affair. They had done all kinds of therapy. And that's just the problem. Once it happens, once that trust is gone, it's just so difficult. So they came to us in a last-ditch effort. In fact, he had just signed divorce papers literally the day before they got here. But he came and said, I'm willing to do this last-ditch attempt. What we discovered surprised even us, because this all turned out to be a control issue. I'll call her Linda, even though that's not her name. Linda grew up in a family where her father was a military man, and I mean generations of military. So he was very, very controlling and also very negative and continually criticizing her. So she wanted to get away from that. And she met Mike when they were both, and that's not his real name, when they were both 19. She almost immediately got pregnant. They both felt like they had to get married. And so they got married. And guess what? It turns out that Mike was just exactly like her dad. Not at all surprising, because those are the things that we all do. He was even more critical than her father. He was even more controlling than her father, and he admitted that. So what we discovered was the whole thing with this affair was just her wanting to finally get out from under all this control, all this criticism, and it's not justified, but it is understandable. She had an affair, and they absolutely couldn't get over it until they understood that this had to do with her childhood. It had to do with the control issues. It had way more to do with her father than it had to do with him. When he saw that, when he got that, he was able to completely drop the judgment that he had been carrying all this time. And even better, she was able to drop the judgment because she had huge judgment against herself. They were able to look at each other and really see the love that they had for each other. He was able to understand that for almost all of the 20 years that they had been together, she had been faithful to him. She had been really a good wife. She had been a good mother. And underneath it all, they really loved each other. After their final session, they decided that they wanted to do a recommitment ceremony at Oak Creek. So we did that with them. And it was so beautiful. And after the ceremony, she said to me, "Isn't this incredible what's happened in just a few days? And isn't it amazing that just last week he had filed for divorce?" So my prayer for you is that if this is something that is going on in your life, please stop. Please think. Luckily, their marriage was saved, but look at the years of pain that they endured. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to your family. There are ways that the two of you can come back together in the love that brought you together in the first place. Connect with us. Come to Sedona. Do a retreat. It's absolutely amazing what can happen when we move out the blocks to your love and to your beautiful relationship. If you'd like, go on to SedonaRetreatGuide.com and get your complimentary copy of the Sedona Guide to Couples Retreats. And then call us at 928-204-5988 and we'll custom design the perfect retreat for you. You can have the life and the relationship you want. I know it.